Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges, and Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's Collaborative Suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and fun. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying productive? At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's Collaborative Suite, has been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. Trello keeps everyone on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com.
Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ran and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you.
Population Daniels.
Chad Daniels.
Van
Back
Kirk.
in the seat.
Chad Daniels Van Kirk.
Chad Daniels Van Kirk.
Dude, we love seeing you. We love when you're here and you're
We always try and gobble you up and grab you on the show.
I love being here.
You are one of our favorite stand-ups. I feel like throwback in the day in terms of you sort of made your name and built your metal on just going around and making people laugh and loving you. And you did it one brick at a time. And I love that.
Well, thank you. I bought a lot of staff member shots over the years.
Yeah.
So they'd invite me back.
Robert Schimmel, the great Robert Schimmel, who may he rest in peace. We did a weekend with him in Tempe, and
That was the old
he was
Tempe
like,
improv.
I just bring the staff candy. That's what I
Yeah.
do, and bring the staff candy in. And I was like, man, that's cool when I was younger. And then I was like, they want to do shots.
Yeah.
They don't want candy.
I don't think they want
I don't
candy.
think the staff wants Skittles.
And you don't have to do that. You're hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
You do not need that to
Well, that's nice. Schimmel, I worked with him in Chicago once. 5 years later, I was waiting for my bag at LAX, and he came up and he goes, "Hey, man, what's up?" And he offered to carry my bag out to the curb.
Oh my God.
For real.
That
What a
what
jerk.
he was.
His joke about
Going into the hot tub inside the locker room at any gym. He's like, it's like sitting in a Dick cappuccino. The layer of whatever's on top. Dick cappuccino. Chad Daniels, the world's getting dumber, and God damn it, we need you to help us try and figure it out and
Perfect.
beat it with comedy. Daniel Van Kirk is here with us. Let's jump into a story right away.
Okay,
please.
you ready?
Yes.
We have a twofer. Our first story is two stories
Oh, I love
because something seems to be going. It's like a new trend that I don't like. This
So
one,
it's a story and then a follow-up?
so you'll see.
Okay.
Sent in by Cindy Sack at Mrs._Sack S.
Don't be such a Cindy Sack. Just
Don't be
go
a
with your sister to the party.
Cindy Sack. You can tell even when you don't even. This proves that you do not need to know someone to know that they are a full name person.
Cindy's
That's true. That's very true.
Who's coming over? Who's coming
Who's
over?
gotta be Cindy Sack.
Yeah, who's going? Brian's
Ryan,
coming.
Stephanie.
Yep, and she's bringing her sister Karen,
And,
then Cindy Sack.
David. And she went through depression. She was a sad sack for a while, and now she's back. Don't be such a Cindy Sack. Okay.
Cindy Sack is a full name person.
She is.
Cindy Sack. Okay.
Cindy Sack, all right. And Jeff.
A Chinese man was recently sued by an Audi dealership. I thought you guys would appreciate this as parents. In China's southern, I'm going to try Guangxi region, and had to pay a settlement of more than No, we're okay.
Okay.
After more than $10,000 after his daughter used a stone to casually scratch how many luxury cars?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So this is I'm sitting in here negotiating the deal while my kids are running around the lot.
Yes. And they pick up a rock And they're like,
Chad,
I'm
who
going
is
to
a-
draw on this.
Chad's daughter is 15?
15, yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I have a 14-year-old. I know we're in the same range. But, like, think back 10 years, okay? Your daughter's 5. You're trying to do something, and you have to bring her.
Sure.
Because you got to get it done.
Yep.
And you're like, please, just stay close. That's all you say is stay close.
Right.
And the guy's like, I need to talk to you. We need to go over your credit rating. Da, 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 da.
And
And in
then
that
your
moment,
daughter
she's
just
gone.
All right, so
You okay, honey? Fine.
I can't.
Is she
she's
out
on-
there? I can't. Sir,
she's
we
on the
need to
other
get
side
this
of
done.
that
All right, let's
car.
get
I'm
the
sure
deal
she's
done.
Sir,
fine.
let's just get this done. I thought I saw her.
She's
the
here
other
in the showroom. What can happen?
I taught her if there was ever a Mercedes Benz with the emblem sticking out from the hood, you rip it off because
You
that's
take-
Beastie Boys.
It's true.
Big fans of Beastie Boys at the
Huge.
house.
Oh man. So I think
Beastie
she
Boys.
damaged. Well, you get a chance to. You want to go first?
You want to go first?
How many cars did she scratch?
I'm going to say 34.
34 cars.
Jay.
Okay.
12.
12.
12 cars.
I think she did 18 cars.
18 cars. All right. Play along, townies. Why not? That's what we're here for. After his young daughter casually scratched 10 luxury cars.
I was in the ballpark.
Nice, Jay.
The young girl's father, identified as Mr. Zhao, reportedly accompanied a friend to the dealership, bringing his wife and daughter along.
So it's not even his car.
No. He's not
you
even
gotta
there to
watch
buy
your
a
kid.
car.
By the way-
he's just there to go with his
Okay.
friend, and he brought his wife and daughter.
Chad, you have a lot of friends. Would you ever ask anyone, "Hey, man, I'm going to get a car. Do you want to come?
You want to bring your wife and kid?
That's just a real piece of shit move where it's like, look what I can buy.
Like, I wouldn't even take my friend grocery shopping with me, let alone. Because, by the way, buying a car is such a lengthy process. It's
Lengthy.
not, you got to do the financing. You got to, if
Yep.
you're going to,
Right.
I don't know, I don't have any friends that just walk in and say, here's
I
$40,000.
think in China
Right.
they just come in and they're like, here's
A bunch of yen.
price?
If I lost my sight, I would just figure shit out. I would not invite a friend.
Friend,
with me.
No, that feels like too much of an ask.
Yes.
Like, I can't ask this guy to come with me to the car. Oh, you're going to bring your wife and your kid? All right, let's go.
A young girl's father, as I said, Mr. Zhao, brought his wife and daughter along. They were looking around at the nice cars and listening to and interacting with the staff, leaving the 3-year-old girl to her own devices.
Jay, you're in that range.
How little do you have to do that day to have someone say to you, "Hey, I'm going to go look at some cars. You and the family want to come with me?"
Yeah.
Also, like to find out one of your daughter's devices is a rock.
Right.
What a bad beat as a parent.
That, or you're just like, at least she wasn't on a phone. At least she wasn't on a device.
Yeah, no screen time.
Yeah, man, she was.
After understandably becoming bored, the little girl allegedly grabbed a stone and proceeded to scratch doodles on the paint of no less than 10 Audi vehicles, including an Audi Q8 valued at nearly 142,000 American dollars.
my God. Well, a lot of stuff can get buffed out, but still,
Right.
you're going to have to pay for that.
$10,000.
It is unbelievable that even though, so he wasn't there buying the car, he's just hanging out. You should be watching.
What do you
your
guys
kid.
do with a kid if you realize and no one else has that she scratched one of these cars with a rock? And you only think it's one because let's say you've just seen the one she
You get
did.
in your car and you drive away.
No, Jay.
I go to a doctor. I pay him under the table. I have him test my daughter and come up with she's an artistic savant. And then I sell that car for more money than it's worth.
You say an artistic
She's a
savant?
That's what I do.
yeah,
I
she's
love
a
it.
3-year-old Basquiat.
Yeah.
So these things are going to be worth some.
Banksy.
Or
She's
create
mini
a
Banksy.
whole new like genre of artwork.
You
at
get that
some point.
Audi? Did that girl scratch it though?
Yeah.
Sucks that she didn't.
It's a girl scratch Audi, so please be careful with
It's
it.
basically it's like the Shelby of Audis. Aftermarket has been made beautiful.
I just think it is insane. You can't really yell at you
Well, you
can't
can't
really
yell
yell
at
at
a
a
3-year-old.
3-year-old.
No, it is your fault for not watching them closely.
That's
Right.
on you.
Yeah, 'cause there
Especially
was a
when you're
whole
not the one
process.
buying the car.
Right. What are you?
You don't have
there
to be involved in anything.
Any of
That's
it.
right. So, I was getting some donuts over. I mean, again, Audi probably they have like my kids. There's like we never bought a Lexus ever, but the Lexus dealership in Glendale, California, has a popcorn maker. So my kids, when we were looking to get like,
Let's
our
go
car-
there and
let's
drive
go look
those
at that,
things.
and you test drive while we eat the popcorn. That's what my kids wanted to do. I mean,
Good
they
on
were-
them. They
Good
got-
on them
they
for
got
knowing
you
that. Hey,
into
you got.
popcorn.
So I'm assuming like this Audi dealership had something.
Sure.
But that speaks to the 3-year-old destroying something. Speaks to what is in our inherent nature, which is
We want to break stuff.
we want to break stuff. We want to wreck
write on stuff. And
Or create stuff.
Or
Yeah.
create.
It
Yeah,
seems
he's
like
being positive, Chad.
should be
Chad's still trying
creating.
to sell up. this
Chad
Audi.
is being so positive.
Well, I can't stop picturing the old Chinese man who's like, back in my day, we didn't even have 3-year-old girls.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you keep them.
That's right.
You guys wanted them. You guys fought
The
for 'em.
government said to throw him away.
Look what we got now.
So, I mean, that
a
know
great
this
joke.
story is going to be Chad.
Come on, man.
The Audi
That's a
dealership
home run.
That's a home run, Chad.
eventually sued Mr. Zhao, initially asking him to pay $28,400 as compensation for the damage caused by the couple's daughter. They claimed it was only an estimate and that the figure could increase as the damage caused by the scratching was assessed. So Audi's trying to be like,
Hey,
we'll
man.
just go with the first estimate here on this. It could go up.
We're going to say $28,000, but it's going to get worse.
Right. The decision to
Can
Go
you
ahead.
get insurance on a kid? Like, what would cover that? Like,
could you get insurance on damage your kid causes?
I don't know. I don't know if there's like an umbrella policy.
Like
that
Lloyd's
covers-
of London
Yeah.
for just a kid
For
that
like-
wrecks everything.
For whatever they do. The decision to ask for considerable compensation to be paid was allegedly justified by the dealership's inability to sell the damaged cars as brand new once they had been repainted. So I guess once you have to repaint a car, it's technically not brand new
The
anymore.
second a car drives off a lot, not in a test drive, but drives off the lot, it depreciates.
Right.
So if anything happens to it and you have to fix it, it depreciates.
But here's what I think. I think that there's hail damage all the time in car lots.
the time.
Sure.
And they have insurance for that. So shouldn't there be a vandalism?
Of course, there has
Like
to be.
someone tripped.
They're just
and
sticking
fell.
it to this guy.
Sure,
Their
of course,
insurance
yeah.
is covering this.
A spokesperson for the dealership said that by selling the repainted cars as new could open the company to risk of being sued for false advertising and be made to compensate clients 3 times the price of the car if found guilty. But imagine if now you get to buy I would buy an Audi Q8 with a goddamn scratch on it.
Sure.
Or
Of
if it's like
course.
repainted, they're like, well, you get a deal because technically it's not brand
Thank
new.
you, I'll
That's
take
the
it.
thing that's wrong with it.
My question here is what happened the next weekend when he went with his wife and his daughter with his friend to go jet ski shopping?
Go draw somewhere.
I love that. I picture this family at one of those make your own plate stores.
Color
And
me
then
mine.
the girl won't draw. And he's like, now you won't?
No.
Right.
Now there's nothing? Give her a rock.
Give her a lock and send her to the parking lot. You'll see she can draw.
Because the damaged cars could only be sold at a significant markdown, the dealership claimed that the compensation was justified. Mr. Zhao refused to pay the asked amount, but eventually reached a settlement of how much do you think this guy ended up paying the Audi dealership? They wanted
They want $28,000 as a low estimate.
right.
No, but that's what they're asking. So,
So
a
what's-
settlement
is
is
usually-
What do you think? You can go first, second, or third. It's your call.
I'm going to go 17,000.
$17,000 from Chad Daniels, Vancouver.
I think because insurance covers it, that's double dipping. These guys are awful. I would say $10,000.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 5,000.
Okay. One of you is exactly right.
So now, Chad, we
Right.
get to play the game of who do you think is
right?
exactly right?
Do you think it's you,
Well,
Jason, or Randy?
Well, I have to because I picked 7.
Okay, so
now
you
then
think it's you.
I'd be peeling off. That's
I
okay.
think it's me.
I think it's Jay too.
okay.
For 10,000.
Mr. Zhao refused to pay the asked amount of $28,400, but eventually reached a settlement of $10,000. That's smart.
Seemed round.
I
It
knew
was,
it.
it was smart.
While the situation is regrettable, especially for the 3-year-old's parents, at least it's a toddler we're talking about and not a person
What?
who would do this for different reasons. And
Not
that
a
is
person? Not a
our
person.
second story.
A toddler.
Here we go.
Oh, wow, Dan. Wait a second. In Singapore, this
Yeah.
child would be caned for like a week,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
no doubt.
Right? Okay.
Everyone would get a
a
shot. Like if Chad Daniels
Isn't that what
was-
that kid had? That kid kind of did something like
Yeah,
this?
he-
Put a marker on a car or something like that, and they're
or he,
like, whip
wrote-
his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
If
ready?
Chad Daniels was walking by, they'd be like, "Hey, man, you want to get a couple of canes in?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, sure." I'll
Yeah,
get
of
a couple."
course.
I almost crossed the street when I wasn't supposed to in Singapore.
Yeah.
And did this like tightrope
yeah,
deal where
yeah.
you move your hands trying to get yourself back. It was
Because you're like, they are.
I was
sticklers.
worried the whole time.
They're
I was
sticklers
there.
for the rules.
It wasn't fun.
Caned.
Sent in by Cindy Sack at Mrs. _Sack. She sent
you.
both of these in.
Thank you.
Sacked up.
A man was recently accused of scratching a BMW sedan at a dealership in Jiangxi City
$17,000.
Because he's a person.
for a very bizarre reason. He scratched the BMW so that his father would be forced to buy it for him, according to the "you break it, you buy it" principle.
Oh my Lord,
I love it.
So he did the first half of
He's
it
a
without
man?
checking about the second
Dan, was he
half.
described as a man?
Yes.
And he needs his father to buy it.
I bet we play Guess the Age.
Okay.
He's 28. Dad!
This is the idea.
It's for my 29th birthday, Dad!
This is like a
You're being so uncool.
this is a dumb, simple plan. You know, like the movie "This a Simple Plan," where they're like, "We'll just do this, and then we'll do that," and then
It's
it all
like-
goes haywire.
It's like in Stand By Me, so many 80s movies where somebody's like, and then they'll have to do whatever. Like,
Exactly.
Like, and then our names will be in the paper and no one will give a shit that we stayed out all night trying to find this Brower or Bauer kid. So it's always like, you do this and then they'll have to let us go. Okay.
This is dumb kid logic.
He'll have to
on an
buy you the
adult-
car.
In an
He'll have
adult
to buy me
man's
the
head.
car.
This is a plan where your buddy goes, "You want to talk about this?" And they go, "Nope."
Nope.
Let's
I got
do
it. Let's do it.
It's like
I
the
got it.
town. We're going to go somewhere. We're going to hurt some people and you can never ask me about it. Whose car we taking? Whose car we taking?
Let's go.
Okay. The suspect, identified as Xi Maobing, I'm trying, everybody. You're
doing great.
Reportedly visited the BMW dealership on November 25th and expressed interest in buying a dark blue sedan. Staff later told police that Xi acted normally and seemed very excited, telling one salesman that his father had promised to buy him a nice car as a reward for getting his driver's license.
Oh.
It should be for something else.
And
Driver's
what-
license is
what
you
part
do.
of-
That's not what you get rewarded for.
What part of that is acting normally? That's what I want to know.
Isn't the driver's license the reward?
Right.
The
You
fact
now
that you
can
get,
leave.
you get the privilege to drive yourself places. You don't have to ask people for it.
Unfortunately, things took a turn for the worse after Xi allegedly called his father to tell him what car he wanted. It's unclear what Xi's father told him during their short phone conversation.
No.
But dealership staff told police that after hanging up his phone, the man went into a rage, grabbed a pair of car keys, and proceeded to make a long, deep scratch on the back of the sedan he seemed to like so
I want
much.
this one.
Right.
Yeah, that's a noise that doesn't leave. If you're in that room and you hear that,
Oh.
that's something that doesn't leave your body for a long time.
Last night I was eating. Does this ever happen to you where you like?
Bite the fork.
Yeah, you bite the.
Is that really what you were going to say?
I
It's
bit
the
a spoon.
worst.
So like you
Oh, I
and I'm
hate
like,
it. I
how am I
hate it.
so dumb that I can't properly use a utensil to put food in my mouth?
Also, what are you eating with a spoon that you need to bite?
So
Ah, yes.
Fair.
so we had scooped. We did taco night with Impossible Meat.
The shirt tells you that.
So we did that. And the guy who has to let everybody know it was Impossible Meat.
Right.
And we had used up the taco shell, so now we were just scooping out the stuff to like make like the I'm just putting
Okay.
rice and
Right.
then beans on that. So I was doing the wrong thing, using the serving spoon to eat my food off my plate because I'm a charlatan. And I put the thing out and I bit down, and it like on one wrong.
Townies everywhere, not everywhere, but a lot of townies like me are just cringing
It
at this.
hurt so badly, and that feeling has not left me since last night.
No.
So the sound of a key going on a car, that will stay with you for years.
I'm shivering at the
There are
thought
people
of
who don't even like metal, like to come in contact with their teeth, like that.
because you
That's
have
like a
fillings
thing.
and stuff.
Yeah, that like it just some people have that. But yeah, I got Invisalign, so it like has reshaped my bite and
seen
everything.
that. I haven't.
and
So dumb.
sometimes I'll like bite weirdly. Oh god. It
Okay,
So key across the back. I want this one.
No, I love this. I love this. He hangs up. Well, fine. He hangs up. How'd it go, man? We're gonna do this. Where are you going? What are you, those aren't the keys.
No.
You know, it was somebody's like first sale or last sale of the day. Honey, I know I'm late, but we're closing this. All you gotta do is call his dad.
I got one more.
He said he's been a good guy. He got his
He
driver's license.
just got his license. His dad's gonna give it to him.
It's unclear what he told him in the short conversation. He went over, he grabbed the keys, scratched it before anybody could stop them. A showroom salesman called police immediately after Xi's reckless gesture, and officers confirmed
Reckless Gesture, by the way, my favorite Wham song.
Your favorite
So
what?
good.
Wham song.
There you go.
It's the B-side of Careless
It's actually why they broke up, though.
It was a very reckless.
I don't know if you knew that.
The breakup itself seemed like it was a crazy thing that. All right.
What's his name?
Andrew Ridgely?
Ridgely. Yes. Yeah. Glad we got there. I needed that.
I was 1 second away from St. George Michael.
I knew you weren't. I mean,
I knew
that
exactly
you were
where
talking
Dan.
about, so
I
kept
knew
my
the
mouth
name
shut.
without. This is how many shows.
You could have like condemned me, George Michael. You fucking idiot.
Rest in peace, you asshole. No,
How do you forget George Michael?
this.
Andrew loving son of a bitch.
This is how much I know.
Dan is becoming Randy's twin.
Yeah,
You're reading his mind.
Yeah, I'm reading his mind. He's like, which one? What was his name? And I'm like, you don't even have to ask which one. I was like, Andrew Ridgely.
Elton? All right.
Bernie Taupin. All right.
A showroom salesman called police immediately after Xi's reckless gesture, and officers confirmed that he was the perpetrator by checking CCTV camera footage or just asking anyone in the showroom.
Yeah.
In his defense,
What is the defense on that? You can't do the old me Chinese, me play joke. You cannot do that in this
Don't.
case.
The spoiled man said that his father had told him he wouldn't buy the BMW sedan for him, so he scratched it so that his parent would have no choice but to pay for it. That's not a defense. That's dumb.
That's
that
an
tells me that they're
explanation.
giving out driver's license to people who are too young.
What Xi failed to factor into the
Or not
equation
capable.
was his arrest for purposely damaging the dealership's property.
Yeah.
The case is still under investigation. I have no clue why. And it's unclear whether Xi's father eventually bought the car to get his son off the hook. He's
Yeah,
like,
I guess if you buy the car, then
It is your property.
it's your property, and they don't have to carry that damage forward. So then there are no charges.
which is,
that
I'm
is
sure
one
what
way
the
out
guy
of
kept
it.
yelling at his dad after the
So
police
then
got
it
there.
worked.
He's like a little kid asking for a gift from his parents. He believed if he damaged the car, his father would buy it for him. Shen Junin, a local police officer, told Pair Video.
What if Shen Zhenin was like? Because he get
This
all.
came from OddityCentral.com.
You hear all the like U.S. cop names, and it's like Dick Butt. Or like Dave Basterman, or like those names. What if this guy is like the classic Chinese cop?
I'm not
name?
going to be
man.
able to get this out of my head. Sean Janin.
Oh, that's good.
Rest of the day. Thank you guys so much.
Sean Jenin.
All right, I'm going to ask you guys. We'll get out of this.
He's the Sean John.
Our
of
double
China.
dip on story one.
Okay.
How old is Xi?
So now you have to say how old is it that you get a driver's license in? Because he just got his driver's
Some
license.
people
Said it was a
moved
man.
to LA from New
He's
York and get
described
one
as
in
a
their
man,
30s.
Dan.
He's described as a man.
Yes, he was described as a
Chad,
man.
what do you think? How old is he?
I'm going to go 34. I'm going to stick with that number throughout this episode.
Great.
Okay.
Jason.
Walter Payton.
I'm going to say 25.
25 years old from Jason Sklar.
I think he's 19.
19.
Yeah. I think he maybe didn't get it right away and then was like, I need to get this.
All right, this will close out story number one and kind of two. 1A, 1A,
1A.
The guy, Xi, who did the same thing a 3-year-old did, but with the hopes of getting something out of it, is 22 years old.
Oh, you and me.
we
What'd you say?
tied. I said 25.
19. Okay, there we go.
I
First
like
story down in the books. We've etched our names on the first story of this episode with Chad Daniels. When we come back on the other side, we're going to find out what is going on with the man and let you know kind of stuff with us. It's Dumb People Town. Stay with us.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, Randy Sklar here. I want to talk to you about a little thing called a box of awesome. This winter, I want you guys to start a new routine to upgrade your everyday life with a monthly box of awesome from our good friends at Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post sends guys only the best stuff every month. So whether you're looking to commemorate an occasion with a champagne saber, which I just used a champagne saber, it's the most amazing thing to just chop the little top off there. Or if you're looking to toast a perfectly aged winter cocktail, Box of Awesome has you covered from style and grooming goods. Their stuff are amazing. The Dobb Kit stuff that you take and travel with is incredible. The Weekender bag is fantastic. just cooking tools, outdoor gear. Box of Awesome has carefully built collections for every part of your life. It's really great stuff, well crafted, beautiful stuff. To get started, just take the quiz at boxofawesome.com. Your answers will help them pick the right Box of Awesome for you. They release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories. It's free to sign up, and if you can skip a month or cancel at any time. Each box costs only $45, but has over $70 worth of gear inside. It's really cool. You can get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com. Then enter the code DPT at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code DPT for 20% off your first box.
Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying connected and productive? And then there's your newest coworker, the cat. Well, your friends at Trello have been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's Collaborative Suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Trello keeps everyone organized and on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Teams of all shapes and sizes at companies like Google, Fender, Costco, and likely your favorite neighborhood coffee shop all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It's so good to do this show and be back doing it. We took a little break for the holidays, and now we're back in the groove.
It's good to be
again.
back in the groove.
And I love it. Chad Daniels is our guest. He has an awesome podcast. If you like this podcast, you will love his podcast. Tell them about it and where they can find it and what it is so they're down with it.
Sure. It's called Middle of Somewhere. My friend Cy Amundsen and I
So
would,
funny, great comedian.
Yeah, he's
Minneapolis.
wonderful. And we would always call each other and just let each other know what's going on in our lives. And we decided to just start recording it. And it's
great.
become ridiculous. And like 40 episodes in, it comes out Mondays at 8 a.m. Central Time. So I guess it would be 6 out here. And
It's a
in Los
conversation
Angeles.
between you guys about where you are in your life. Or
Just
is it
like just what happened in the week, and then we fall back to stories from our past and just everything like that. But just kind of a nice hangout. And we have guests on once in a while. But
And because you guys do the road, both of you guys, a bunch, is it like, hey, I was in Boise,
it's not a ton of comedy.
Oh,
it's,
okay,
it's really just about like real life stuff.
Have you done it live yet?
We have not done it live. No.
That'd be
You
fun.
need to do it live.
We're waiting. We're waiting for 1 year to do any of the stuff. Like we don't have a Patreon, we don't have ads, we don't have any of that stuff.
So
We're
let's
just
build
1
it,
year.
and people who are listening to this show, check it out. We just
Middle
gave you
of Somewhere.
Middle of Somewhere. It's a new podcast. Cy Amundsen and Chad Daniels. Check it out. It sounds awesome, and you're touring around. People can find you. And
Yeah,
see
if you go to chaddaniels.com, there's a little tour button, and I'm booked out for the year, so I'm probably coming near you.
If you get a chance to see him, one of the most electric comedians.
So fantastic.
Such good material. Just stuff works everywhere. Works in like the clubbiest of clubs, in the most alternative rooms. It's just good stuff that just great. Like I said, he is, in my opinion, a throwback to the Brian Regans of this world. And you know, not the
With
Brian-
cursing.
With cursing.
with edge.
Just
With
wanted
edge.
to make sure.
With
Yeah.
cursing, but no.
cursing.
But I mean, it's but you're not like a dirty comic. I
That's
don't
true.
think you are. So I mean, I think you.
What
you
was the
curse
bit?
me
I
well.
was listening to the radio the other day. I heard the bit of yours. I came in midway through the bit about the woman who was wanting people to pray for her because she was going to a tomato, like a harvest.
Oh, she just yes. So everyone was so they'll write, please pray for me, but there's nothing else to go on.
Yeah.
And so there's 100 comments of like, please, we are praying
We
for
are
you.
praying for you.
We hope you feel this, and she's missing for like a week, and then she comes back. Tomatoes weren't as red as I'd hoped.
And then you said, I hope you get lupus, and everyone's prayed out. That to me was my favorite part. It's so damn funny.
So pick up his
go see him.
albums too when you go to chaddaniels.com. We have got a bunch of live Dumb People Towns coming up. We've got 3 of them in March.
Yep.
We're going to go to Minneapolis at the Cedar Room. We are going to be doing
It's a big room. We
It's a
need
big
you.
room. We want
We're
to
gonna be St. Louis at Del Mar Hall, which we better freaking sell that out. That's right next to the pageant. And then we're going to be up in Milwaukee at Turner Hall, which is another big room, but we want to fill those spots up.
And then in June, that's around the
March 19th, 20th, and 21st.
And then in June, 18th, 19th, and 20th, we are going to be in
Vancouver
at the Rio Theater, in Seattle at Washington Hall, and then down at the
Aladdin
Theater down in Portland. So these are big shows.
Right.
We want to do live. We want to start doing live Dumb People Town all over this goddamn country.
Oh, man.
And
It's
world.
so much fun.
And world. How fun would it be to go all over
Australia,
the world? Right. But it
England.
starts with you guys coming out to the show. So definitely if you go to the Dumb People Town Facebook page, you can pick up your tickets right now.
Yeah.
And come see us when we are individually performing. Dan's going to be
I'll be at Roar Comedy in
Springfield,
Massachusetts.
Have you ever done there?
31st and the 1st. I just found out. I think it's like a part of a casino. I think it's like MGM.
Nice.
Sweet, dude.
So
Great.
that's great for me.
And we're in San Diego.
yeah.
That right, but the weekend before that,
We're at American Comedy Company, and then a couple weeks later, we're going to be in Chicago for one night at
the-
North Bar, one of our favorite spots to perform, Jim Weber's place. And then the next
2 nights will be in Cleveland,
Cleveland
and
and
Hilarities.
Hilarities,
Go to
which is one of our-
I love
superstars.com. Check it
Cleveland.
out.
Yeah.
Love
And go to
it.
Daniel Van Kirk for all my stuff.
and Nate
because-
and
What?
who's featuring
Where'd
for
you
us?
go?
I don't know, Jay. What happened?
I'm just like
I'm
Nate
sure.
Craig.
Nate
Craig is featuring for us, so it's going to be killer shows.
You scared me for a second.
Sorry,
Yeah, Jake, get
because
it.
I would
Brain
say
fart.
Nate Abshire.
And also at DanielVanKirk.com, you will see that I'm coming to Cap City Comedy March 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th.
The
Hell
best.
yes.
So let's hang out in Austin because I fucking
The
love
Love that town.
best!
Okay.
Let's
Ready?
get into the next story.
Here we go. Sent in by Sean Anderson at Sean70.
Love Sean Anderson.
SHAWNE. Don't see that spelling very often.
Didn't we do his podcast?
Maybe.
Isn't
Sean
that the
Anderson?
Hall of Very Good?
Maybe.
I'm wrong.
Maybe.
Twitter. All right.
I don't know. Avondale, Arizona.
Okay.
Comes to us, but it comes to us for some reason from KHOU in Houston.
All right.
It's an Arizona story from Houston.
Police arrested a woman after she allegedly tried to light her boyfriend on fire
Already love her.
because he would not celebrate with her after she got hired at a Subway restaurant.
I got a job.
I love it.
Artist.
Yeah.
You talk about art, Chad. Subway sandwich art. My kids love Subway so
Why
much.
do my kids love it?
So
they want to go all the freaking time.
Chad, have you ever done this where you're with your kid and she does something that she's done away from you, and it gives you an insight into them that you didn't know, and it surprises you in a way that you're like, I don't know my kids.
Like when I caught her trying to sneak out of the house. Yeah, I know where
Yeah,
you're
okay,
going.
good. Okay. No, mine was when I went to Subway with my kids, and my youngest daughter she'd ordered. I was like, go ahead, you can order. And she's like, I'll have a tuna sandwich on.
Already you're like,
I was like,
what are we
You
doing
get-
here?
She's like, I have a tuna sandwich on wheat bread with spinach and tomatoes. I'm like, number one, who does that? Number two, you've never eaten that combination of food ever in front of me, ever. Like, what? Are you going to kill me in my sleep? Is what I was answering. Just one Subway order, it like peels back. I'm like, do you have another family that you're a part of in this instance?
Slipped
Crazy.
up.
Crazy. Slipped out.
So
And
she's mad that she didn't want to celebrate.
she got a
something
job.
with
We're going to celebrate, and then I'm going to light you on fire because you didn't celebrate.
A lot of people getting things and causing problems because of it in this episode.
100%.
That's
Well,
what this episode's all about.
a lot of the show is about that, too. A lot of could have gone the other way with
Should
that.
have maybe
A lot
not.
of destruction with the hope of a positive result.
Well,
So I think
imagine
that's what we're
happy
How did it
she
go,
was.
though? How did
That's
it
what
go?
I'm
That's
saying.
the thing of
She's
like,
so excited.
yeah, I got the job. I got the job.
I cannot wait to tell him he's going to be happier than I am. He doesn't even give her a hug.
What?
And then she
What?
goes straight to, I'm going to set your ass on fire.
Okay, motherfucker. All right.
I'm gonna light you up.
You want that toasted?
I hope
She treated him like she got a job at Quiznos.
Yeah.
I hope just before she struck the match, she just slowly turned her Subway visor just to the side, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like
She's still wearing it at home.
I'm going to need this over here
Plastic gloves on, so there are no fingerprints.
so they melt to her hands.
Those are her new fingerprints.
Those are her new hands. No fingerprints. All right.
Kathy Jones now faces charges of aggravated assault and criminal damage. According to a police report, Jones told officers she had
Lighten that brain high on cocaine. Kathy Jones. Watch your feet.
See, I was going, Kathy Jones and me.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
Oh, there's another great one.
You were counting crows there. I was.
Because Jones, it's got to be the most used
Amy
last
Winehouse,
name
probably.
in popular
Me
song.
and Mrs. Jones.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's another
Amy
great one.
Winehouse.
We got a thing. Go. Okay. Kathy Jones. She allegedly told officers, I love this, she had 2 Smirnoff Ice alcoholic beverages
Yep. I just had 2.
and 2, quote, strong mixed drinks that contained rum.
Okay.
First of all,
So
when's the
by-
last time any of you drank rum that was not on a beach? Who is drinking
You should not
rum?
drink rum unless you're in Nassau, Bahamas.
I will admit, I did have times early in my 20s where I was like, oh, I'll do a Captain and Coke.
Mm-hmm.
But then as I read this, when I was picking the story, I was like, yeah, when is the last time
rum it up.
somebody's been like, rum feels like, outside of beach drinks, rum feels
Hey,
like
Chad, I'm
something
going to
people
run to the
drank
bar.
in the 70s.
What can I grab you? What can I grab
Just
you
be a
from the
bottle
bar?
of rum.
Just straight rum.
Straight rum.
Straight
Yo
rum.
ho and a
Take it
bottle
neat.
of rum. No ice or anything in it. Just neat.
So we left Minnesota, and it was probably the beginning of March.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We went down to this island, and I'll be goddamned if there wasn't a pirate ship down there.
No.
So we hop on the pirate ship, and they give us finger sandwiches,
Yeah,
and then
that's so
this
nice.
drink made of rum.
Rum is in the whole drink is
It
rum.
was dark rum. It was light rum, and we got toasty.
You know what else? A very Midwest thing. And this is oh my God, in my family, a lot of this. And you don't think they're doing anything to you. I mean, you're sitting there and we're drinking them, the sun's out, and everything's fine.
Yeah.
And then you go to get up. Oh my God, I damn near fell down.
Well,
you
you're walking funny because you're on the pirate ship.
Right, so you don't think, you think you're fine.
And then you get on land, and I'll be goddamn if you can walk straight on land.
I'm going to tell you right now, that'll put you on your ass.
I loved it so much, I pour it on my hot dish when I crinkle up some of the ruffles on top.
the pirate ship?
You're going to think they're not doing anything to you. They'll sneak up on you.
It'll get you. That's a rum drink for you.
Nice to be here on Rum People Town. Boom.
Hey!
Thank you.
Midwest people also like to tell you could drink that all day.
Yeah, by
That's
the
all
way.
the other thing they tell you. No one's trying to. But
By the
you
way,
could.
if we don't release our own bottle of rum, people, come
on.
we are doing the islands a disservice. I think they should deliver. We should make our own Rum People Town, and we should make our own Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah,
And if you say,
Dumplements.
you
I
say
thought that's where we were all going.
I was saying, if you say the name of the company 3 times, you
I've been in LA for less than 12 hours, and I'm already all about branding.
You have to be. You're an influencer, Chad.
Your
That's what I'm
branding
doing.
is so targeted. Chad, I can't believe it.
Big time.
Okay.
Okay, so
Rum
she
People
had
Town.
2 Smirnoff Ice alcoholic beverages.
And 2 strong rum.
Do you remember
strong
that when
rum
icing someone was a thing? Did anyone ever get iced? I did not either.
No.
Somebody gives you a Smirnoff Ice and you have to go down on one knee and chug it. That was like a thing that happened for
No,
idea.
is that the
It
original
exists.
Ice Bucket Challenge?
Yes, kind of like that.
wondering.
And two quote strong
Smirnoff Ice
mixed
Bucket
drinks.
Challenge. Why aren't we doing a Smirnoff Ice Bucket Challenge? Come on.
That'd be great too.
Jesus.
Her
Because
roommate.
people get lit on fire. That's why.
That's right.
This is what I love. Listen to this, okay? So she tried. Remember the first sentence? She tried to light her boyfriend on fire because he wouldn't celebrate with her. All right. And then she said, "I had some rum and 2 Smirnoff Ice."
Right, okay.
The next sentence. Her roommate, who she has a romantic relationship with.
Yeah.
So I picture him being like, not boyfriend. We slept together
roommate-
one time.
Put roommate in there.
roommate.
And it's not a relationship.
She
So you guys
alleges-
are together? If neither
guys
of
are
us hook
together.
up and we come home and I'm not sleeping, then we can hook
So
up.
I'll just write down that you're her
Nope,
boyfriend.
It's not a boyfriend.
It's not boyfriend?
It's not a
not a
relationship.
boyfriend.
I'm just going to type boyfriend in. Is that
I'm not
cool?
even on the lease. Alleged. Her
Like
roommate.
more information. I don't even pay for half the groceries. Okay, we get it. You're not a boyfriend.
She wants me to hit her. What? Why?
Shut up.
whom she has a romantic relationship with, the guy. He alleges Jones sprayed him. Now, I'm not going to try and victim blame here, but think about this. Jones sprayed him with lighter fluid, then threw lit matches at him.
Oh my God.
If someone can get you all the way down with lighter fluid and then throw matches at you, which means they're not pinning you down.
You need to run away.
Yeah, that's him keep thinking she wasn't going to do it.
Hey, you know the best thing to do in that scenario? Go take a shower.
Or leave.
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 Well, but
Go
also
far
she
away.
can't
light you on fire in the shower.
But
if you leave, we've technically broken up. I'm not your boyfriend.
did she stop? So she went to Subway, got a job.
Got the job.
Then she
Excited.
drove to a gas station, picked up some lighter fluid
yeah.
in case someone wouldn't celebrate with her.
She's pre feeling.
No, but
yeah, okay.
somewhere in there she had to do the ice and the rum
she
drinks.
drank. She drank.
Yeah, that was post getting
Post
the job.
getting
at
the
Subway.
job, you're
So
gonna
she
drink.
wouldn't
Do we have
celebrate.
enough? Did she lose the Subway job over this?
I mean, she has to have, right?
I don't know.
What are you gonna do? Be like, we heard you tried to set that guy on fire. We are still committed to you working here.
We still
That's
believe
like
in
she
it.
made like an interception on her like 12-yard
Yep.
line. She ran it back
The
and
wrong way.
The crowd wasn't celebrating enough with her. She turned to get mad at them,
and she ran all the way back into her own end zone, injured 3 people along the
and
way.
someone knocked the ball out of their hands and they got a touchdown.
The man locked her out of their home as he waited for police. Which also, now I'm wondering, did this all happen by the grill outside?
Maybe.
Maybe he was grilling.
My favorite thing is maybe he was grilling and that pissed her off. You should have gotten a sandwich.
The man. You need to support me and my franchise. You don't own the franchise.
It's not your
Kathy.
franchise. You're my boyfriend. I'm not your boyfriend.
You take things too far. They give you a job. You think you own the place. I move in here. You think I'm your boyfriend.
That's her problem. You said you had 2 round drinks. You had 8.
Right. He locked her out of the home and waited for police to arrive. That's when Jones committed criminal damage to the door frame.
Yep.
She is not going to be locked
She's
out.
not happy.
Jones told police she did not remember how she got locked out of the home. That's always a great defense. I have no
I
clue,
do.
officer. But remembers being upset with her boyfriend. Not boyfriend.
Not my boyfriend. Roommate.
From the window. Through the blinds.
The person's writing the story right outside their house. I'm just going to put boyfriend in here. Is that
Not
okay? All right.
remembers being upset with her boyfriend after he wouldn't celebrate her hiring at Subway.
That's it, man.
Jones is being held on a $15,000 bond. We will get out of here on this. How old do you think Kathy Jones is?
Let me tell you real quick before we guess.
I'm
There's
gonna-
one person who's happy about this.
Jared. It's like now the heat's off a little bit.
Finally.
Can I guess what Chad's going to guess in terms of her age?
34.
That is correct.
Okay. Jason or Randy?
I'm going to say she's 26.
26 years old.
I think she's 22.
22 years old.
26.
Okay. Kathy Jones.
Get your answers in, Townies.
I thought about showing you the photo before you guessed because it's.
Is it going to be one of those photos where we see it and it's only going to confuse
I think
us
it'll
more?
put you within 10 to 12 years, but it could
Meaning
go
we're
either
not
way.
within 10 to 12 years?
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay.
not saying. I don't even remember what you guys said. What did you say, Rand?
22. He
22?
said 34.
34?
And you said 26.
26. Okay. Kathy Jones is.
Can I change mine?
Yeah. Did you see my screen?
Nope.
Okay.
46.
Okay.
And listen to me. If you want to see what she looks like, join our frickin' Facebook page.
If you're not joining the Dumb People Town Facebook page, what are you doing? It's such a great community. We put all the stories and all the posts, all the things on there, so go.
All right. Kathy Jones
Is.
play along, Townies. That's what we're here for fun. 46 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not see it on your
I
screen.
believe
I
you.
cannot read it.
I
was
believe you.
just in
But
my-
it sucked that you did it late because then I was like, well, now I can't say one of you is exactly right.
oh, my God.
Great job, Rand.
Man, that was
I
a good-
just
That was
had
a good.
And
that was
Chad
a
had
nice
the
guess.
win. He had the win
I'm
before
sorry,
you
Chad.
Omaha.
I stole it.
Nat,
I
You
stole
know
it
what?
from
You
your
know what?
grasp.
Let's talk about this off air.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
we'll
We'll
take
take it
this
all
offline.
day. You take a break, and when we come back, hopefully we'll have this settled.
Dan,
Hopefully,
tease us the last
yeah. What do we
story.
got? A little on the last story. Give us a little taste.
A man has the worst eyewitness for the crime he committed.
Perfect.
All right, listen here.
Oh.
I want to. Are we on?
No, we're not.
Chad Daniels is with us. We have one more segment. It's Dumb People Town. Stay.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Valentine's Day is around the corner and it's a lot of pressure. People feel the pressure. You know, you got cheesy gift options and you feel like, what am I going to do here that actually might make my partner feel good? Well, here's a way to elevate your Valentine's Day and turn it into something really genuinely classy and romantic. Surprise her this holiday with high-end designer lingerie from our good friends at Enclosed. Enclosed was literally specifically designed to help people find lingerie gifts for their wives or their girlfriends. Basically, Enclosed is all about helping you make her feel beautiful and loved, and who doesn't want to feel that way? This is not your usual department store or Victoria's Secret underwear, but seriously high-end designer lingerie. Enclosed has everything from beautiful silk nighties to sexy panties. It's fantastic. It's like a flower of the month. Think of it like that, or a beer of the month type of a deal, but instead of flowers, she gets surprised with ultra high-end lingerie. You just tell them what you think she would like, and Enclosed chooses the styles and takes care of all the details for the gift for you. You customize your gift, Enclosed does, for your wife or your girlfriend based on your preferences. Size guarantee means you can't mess up. Get the fit right 90% of the time. It's the gift that keeps coming because Enclosed sends out a new gift every month. You just sit back and she enjoys the surprises month after month. You can join more than 30,000 couples that love Enclosed, and we'll give you a little gift right now. Right now you can get $25 off your Enclosed gift. Just go to enclosed.gift, enter the code DPT at checkout. To get $25 off any Enclosed gift. Just go to enclosed.gift and use the code DPT at checkout to get $25 off any Enclosed gift.
It's a trying time that challenges all of our basic assumptions. However, one thing that brings us all together is our common humanity. Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges. And Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format. Plus, tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Teams of all shapes and sizes and companies like Google, Fender, and even Costco all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. No matter what device you're using, computer, tablet, or phone, Trello syncs across all of them, so you can stay up to date on all the things your team cares about. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to DPT.
We solved it. We settled it. We're all friends again.
Yeah, everybody's friends. A few swings were taken. Okay. We all had a bottle of rum.
I only had 2 rum drinks.
And we feel better now.
It's fine.
Dan, take us home, buddy, with a great story.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Great little third story here. I'm going to read you the headline because we can have as much fun with it as we want.
Let's do it.
I should say who sent it in, though.
Who did?
It was sent in by Kimberly Disco at Cinnaru, Cinnaru.
I think she could have also I'm going to suggest a Twitter handle for her in the future if she gets sick of that one. Kimberly at the Disco.
Wow, I like that too.
Right. Okay.
I will remind everyone you can send me stories as well. It's the best way to do this show, and it makes it so much fun.
I
if you're a
love
fan
that
or
we
listener.
get our stories crowdsourced. That like
It's the best.
people are out there looking. They're like,
We
oh,
reward you for being a part of this show.
This is dumb. Send it in.
But I will
Dan.
tell you that people in our lives know that we do this show, and
they'll
they text us
any
awesome
crazy
stories.
story.
It happens
So
every time.
Dan, what is it?
I've been a guest on here once before, and I did live shows, and people from this podcast came out to the shows.
I love that.
And after the show, were telling me, and I go, you know that I was just a guest one time. Right? So just to let you know,
Yeah, but you did come back, and you could have brought one of those stories.
Next time, bring one. So
that makes me the happiest in the world. If you go out and see any of Chad's shows or any guests we have, tell them that
come
you
up
love
to
them on
Outdoors
Dumb
and you
People
heard
Town.
him here. So what you do is you say you send the story to you.
Yes.
How do you do
Oh
it?
yeah, do that. It's all done via Twitter. I would love to do it other ways. You can still take your shot if you want through the Facebook group, but Twitter puts it in an order that I can see who sent it first, the easiest. Don't DM it because then it's still hard for me to tell who came in and when, and I have to check timestamps and all that. So just do hashtag Dumb People Town at Daniel Van Kirk and send me a story where nothing bad happens to kids, nothing bad happens to animals, and unless it is super funny, and trust me, it's usually not, no one dies. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Man who had caricature drawn of himself steals artist money, leaving portrait behind.
Well, now we don't have to call the cops. What do you look like?
He sits
He
down.
loves tennis, golf.
and riding.
His head is enormous.
And
looks
riding
like this with
unicycle.
smaller ears.
He loves riding unicycles.
Right. It is so good. A man who asked to have a caricature drawn of himself stole the artist's money, Riverside police said Tuesday, in sharing the drawing of the thief.
So do you think artists look down on the caricature artist the way, like, as comedians, we're like, that street performer was getting laughs over there. That guy's a douche.
Yeah.
You know, like, they're probably like, this guy's
No,
a
I actually
street.
think most artists and the art community thinks very highly of caricature.
You had me for 3 seconds. I was like, what is going on?
What is he
here?
about to
Just
say?
based on
Shading alone.
yes. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys the picture of the drawing and see if you can
Identify who. So, by the way, I was at our friend's wedding, and there was an
I know, guys. I promise.
Join the Facebook.
I promise.
Join the Facebook.
I promise. I promise. It'll
Hat
be up.
to the back,
I promise.
mustache, but angry eyes, like he's about to go steal his money.
Yeah.
Angry
He
eyebrows.
does. He is the least happy caricature I've ever seen.
Well, because he looks like he's looking at the artist thinking, this idiot has no idea he's
I love
about
that
to
he was
get
like.
robbed.
Also, why does he have to wait till the guy's done to steal the money?
Well, because he
By the
had
way,
to wait
it-
because that's
Don't
either
move.
or
All right, you
either
can move now.
or the guy started the drawing and then in the middle of it he stole his thing and he's like,
I
well,
gotta
let me finish
this
the
up
drawing
because
I need to
could
finish
be
my work.
evidence.
I think it's because the guy had to wait to pay for the artist to reveal where he keeps the money.
There.
Oh, could be.
Interesting.
No big
Anybody
deal,
else?
but I've stolen from artists before.
Oh,
Okay, got it.
What are you, the fat Jew? The fuck Jerry?
Fat
Okay.
Jew. Yeah. Okay.
the fat Jewish.
Okay.
I've stolen.
Here's my
from
question:
others.
Have any of you guys gotten a caricature?
Yes. So I was saying I
Is
was
it a thing that happens when you have kids?
no. So I was at a wedding and
They
there
had
was-
it at a wedding.
So they had and it wasn't a crazy big head character. Which, by the way, this one that I'm looking at right now, the head is not overtly large. It actually was.
It's actually a pretty good cartoon.
It's almost like it's almost like a courtroom drawing. This one right here.
It kind of is.
So maybe it was foreshadowing what would happen. But there was a artist who did, they call them caricature artists, but they did one of our family and they did one of each of our daughters, and now it's hanging up. We framed them and they're hanging up in the house. They're so
I've
good.
seen those.
They're really
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. What about you? Have you ever gotten a? What's the
have.
theme park in Minnesota?
At the Mall of America?
Oh, they have. That's the big
They
one.
have
the
one there, and that's where we
roller
got it
coaster?
Because
done.
the Dells has 19. Illinois has like Six Flags in Gurnee.
Ohio Cedar Park.
What's St.
Cedar
Louis?
Point.
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point.
St. Louis is Six Flags.
Well,
Six Flags.
they have Valley Fair just south of Minneapolis.
Oh, okay.
But we got it done. And anytime you're getting a character done and the guy immediately or the gal asks you, what's your favorite sporting team? You're like, we're going to have jerseys on after this. Because they're not that great of an
Wouldn't it be
artist,
great
so
if
they
you
need
were
to do
call some
something.
You were like,
Sporting team.
Sporting
You were
team.
like, that's copyright infringement, and I'm not here to break the law. Just draw my damn face.
Sporting team.
What sporting team? What's your sporting team you prefer? Okay. He has to have a caricature drawn of him, and then he stole it.
The
incident.
expression on the caricature's face is
I'm
for the-
gonna
is
steal your
perfect.
stuff.
I
Yep.
know. Look at him.
But the hat's so big it makes him look like a little kid.
Yeah.
I've seen this look on my mom's face when she's about to call me an idiot for something.
Okay.
It is very judgmental. The incident occurred around 11:50 p.m. on December 5th during the Festival of Lights event in downtown Riverside. This is in California. This comes
Festival
from
of
KTA,
Lights, that's Hanukkah.
KTLA. Yeah.
What?
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Festival of Lights ceremony. Hanukkah wasn't until the end of the month, so this is probably a
All right, fine.
special
Christmas, we're
Riverside
lighting
event
the tree
where
type
we're
of
lighting
thing.
the
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
The man asked the victim for a portrait of himself, and once the victim was finished, the subject grabbed the victim's money bag and ran away, leaving the portrait behind. The bag contained about $500 in cash.
Wow, this guy's
It's
successful.
almost midnight. I'd say that's a pretty good day.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Do you recognize this caricature? And no, we're not joking, police said in a Facebook post sharing the drawing. The character is of the
But
caricature.
we're kind of joking. That's why we wrote that.
Right. The caricature is of the suspect, but of course has exaggerated characteristics and features. The cops felt that they needed to tell.
Oh,
he won't
that-
look
thank you.
exactly like this.
So
He's
here's
not
my
gonna be
question.
2 feet tall with a 4-foot head.
Couldn't you, as a caricature artist, say, I'm just going to take, at the end of the night,
Right.
I'm just going to take quick pictures so I can work off of this so you
Yes.
don't have to move around. So, you know what I mean? That way you've got it.
Right.
And then you're like, if you steal it, I got you.
I hope that the police were like, all right, great. Can you go back and just essentially draw exactly what he looked like? And the guy was like, no.
I can't.
Just keeps drawing the same caricature.
And one cop was like, can you draw me?
While we're here. I mean, you make some
We're
money.
just waiting.
Right.
What town did this take? Oh, Riverside, California?
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
huge Chargers fan.
Yeah.
Really? You're a Chargers fan?
The man is described being in his early 20s, about 5 feet 1 inch tall.
He looks like he's 5 feet 1 inch.
So it was accurate. It was to scale.
To scale.
With an average build, black hair, and mustache, she's last seen wearing a blue and red jacket, white undershirt, black pants, and a red hat. So he didn't add anything extra. I would say this caricature artist is a little boring.
Yeah. It's
Like there's reverb.
Reverb coming around his head.
Yes, that's it. And he's just pissed off.
And the guy's got because you can see his chin is wrinkled, meaning like there's a pursing of the lips of.
I'm ready to do something.
So it'll be up on the Facebook page. I hope we find out if somebody catches this guy,
If
and I
you
hope he
see
looks
him.
exactly like this.
If you see a guy that was a guest on an episode of Fat Albert,
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it looks like that.
He
A
kind of
character-
looks
a
like
character
the
from Fat
guy,
Albert, yeah.
like a friend. Like I was watching a Fat Albert episode, and this is before all the stuff came in about Cosby.
What
but, like,
happened? What did he do?
just I think he. I don't know. And
Did a
so
lot of speeches at Temple University.
right. So there was an episode where this is what they did. The kids did, and my kids were watching this, where it had rained outside, and the entire group went downtown where there was a building foundation that, like, either a building had been knocked down or they were constructing and building a building, and so it was wide open. And because the rainwater had collected, they used the building foundation where the rainwater was as a swimming pool.
As a swimming pool. I remember
I was
that.
like, that is
Fun.
incredible. And they watched it and were like, who would do that? That's insane.
Oh, yeah.
I understand,
Lot of
like,
rebar.
I understand, like, dancing when it's super hot, turning on a fire hydrant. We lived in New York City. When it was really hot in New York City, if someone turned on a fire hydrant, as an adult, a 22-year-old, I would have jumped in it and run around and played around. That's perfect. But swimming in the murky waters of a building foundation, that's insane.
there are sometimes in Minnesota where people will tube in the ditches after all the snow melts.
Yeah.
And that's
Really?
disgusting. Yeah.
Like inner tube
Yeah.
all the way down a path.
They'll just sit there while they'll have a beer sitting in an inner tube in the ditch in the
And it's
melted
cold
snow.
water.
Oh, it's freezing.
Freezing
it's melted
water.
snow. Yeah.
You just
I love you,
basically,
Minnesota.
if your
my
crotch is
God.
in that, you will not be able to basically have sex for a long. It's that is like Minnesota freezing your
You
eggs.
got to keep it up, eh?
Yeah,
Keep your hips up.
I gotta keep it separated.
All right, that's 3 stories, my friends.
There we go. Chad Daniels. He's got a
Actually, 4
podcast.
stories.
He's got a podcast that you guys
Middle
need to
of
listen
somewhere.
to. Middle of
Check it
somewhere.
out.
So check that out and go to chaddaniels.com and see if he's playing near you. Pick up his albums and do all that stuff. Check out superscholars.com. Find out where we're going to be and come see live Dumb People Towns. Join the Facebook page. Join the Patreon. We love you guys. No shit. We got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Scarpins Avenue.
A podcast network.